Hey dear friends, today I want to examine Rosenwinkel's solo on I Wish I Knew. You can find it on the Chris Cheek record. And we're going to have a look what he's playing there, and I'm going to extract like 5 excerpts and we just look how we can use it in different ways. There are lots of triads and there are also lots of chords between lines, and the good news is we can sort of connect it to 2-5-1s all over the place, so we can really make use of this stuff. But first of all, I want to mention this recording Ballads from John Coltrane. If you don't know it, it's really beautiful, and there's also I Wish I Knew on it, and I'm always curious to check out the different changes from different arrangers and composers. How do they treat a song right? You can be rather flexible, and I found this really nice voice leading thing here, and I want to show you that first. So I Wish I Knew is a really beautiful song. It's not so hard to play. It's in G major. It starts with A minor, 2 chord, D7, 5 chord, A minor, 2, 5, 1, right? And then there is this thing that McCoy Tyner is playing. He's just like playing a little bit around with the chords, and he's playing this beautiful voice leading right. Here's a voice moving, A minor, and that gives the minor chord more like a darker color, and it sounds more like a 1 minor chord than a 2 chord. But most importantly, on this record I wanted what Chord is doing to the chords, and he's playing sort of a 2-5-1 going to A minor. So then the A minor becomes the 1 chord, and he's playing like B minor 7, E7 going to A minor. That's not enough. He's turning both those chords into dominant 7th chords, like B7, E7 going to A minor. And what is he playing over those 2 chords? And that's the most interesting thing I find. He's playing triads, and he's just like playing the triads of the chord. So basically on the B7 he plays the B major triad, and on the E7 he plays an E major triad. So if we want to play what he's playing, we basically only need those 2 shapes. So basically we can think B triad, E minor triad. Just going to check that out on my looper. So he plays a G major triad on the G major 7 chord, hops in the 7th position, like, you know, a little sugar coating. Then he plays this chord. And already I wonder what's that? It's a beautiful chord. And it is going to be transformed into this chord in a second. So this note stays, and the rest moves. And this chord here is a D flat 7 chord, like a 3rd flat 7, 9, sharp 5 chord, going into the C7 chord, which is like 3, 7, 9, 13. So instead of playing the C7 chord directly, he's using the D flat sort of as a secondary dominant with a tritone substitution to lead into the C7 chord. But those 2 chords are really cool, and those shapes are really good to remember since they're not too hard to play. And this is, I think this is his very pianistic approach of interjecting like smaller voicings, 2 or 3 notes, but they're really very short, and you have to listen really closely to the way he plays them, because that makes all the difference if it sounds cool or not. They're very short, and just listen to him over and over. So we can think he's playing G major 7, then he's playing D flat 7, leading into the C7, tritone substitution, F sharp 7, going into the G major. Right, just like to have a little bit more of a movement, and also you might know you can also lead into a major chord or into a tonic chord with the dominant 7th chord from below, not always from above. Pulling off in the chord, right? You have this A minor 7 that I suppose you know, and then you have the F sharp that is pulled off to the E, and then this very short afterthought, if you want to. And on the A minor 7, he's playing an E minor triad, going to an A minor triad, and then instead of playing an E7, he plays a B flat 7, but only a triad, which I find so cool. It sounds so good. E minor, A minor, B flat triad, and this is like a G minor triad. And then this cool chord. And then he has this cool line, which is on a 2-5-1 again. We can think A minor 7, D7, G major 7 again. Just plays like a descending A Dorian scale if you want to. But then the trills come in. Right, and I'm playing all the trills with 1-2-1. And if you look at only the notes that are targeted by the trill, it's the 5, the 3, and the flat 9 of a D7, and then an enclosure for C sharps, and then an enclosure for a C sharp, which is the 5 of an F sharp 7 chord on F sharp triad going to G. So this is the same thing, F sharp going to G major. So those are 5 ideas that you can apply to 2-5-1s. Just take the one that you like the most and play around with it. Try to use it in your playing and have fun. See you next week. Bye.